What the f*** is going on with these crazy nutcase women? That was a bunch of psycho women sitting in the courtroom fangirling for Lindsay Clancy. By the way, that main one, the one that winked, the one that looks like she's going to come to you in your nightmares, she claims she was Lindsay Clancy's childhood friend. Now, I don't know how accurate that is, but here she is fangirling, taking selfies with a defense lawyer. I mean, this is feral. This is disgusting behavior. Sugar Tits had to sit this one out. This subject actually makes her very, very mad because there seems to be some sort of mass psychosis when it comes to a certain type of chick, and it actually does make Tits rage. Like, she wants to shred a bitch. It's actually quite confronting. So I thought I'd have a look at some more clips of these nutters because they are everywhere. There's memes all over the internet, quite fitting memes, accurate memes. There's chicks TikToking themselves throwing ice into bathtubs. I don't know why. Apparently that's like how you get rid of your rage or something. But listen, bros, we gotta have a chat. We all know women can tend to be, how do I say it, retarded psychos, right? But this is just a totally unacceptable level of retarded psycho. You know what they're trying to do? And stick with me here. We've all had that experience where you're in the market for, say, a new couch. And you're out shopping and you see this beige couch. And the missus goes, oh my God, look at this beige couch. We need to buy this beige couch. And you're like, yeah, the couch kinda sucks. And she's like, but oh my God, it would go with the curtains. Think about the rug. It would totally match our rug. And you're like, yeah, but it's fucking beige. The kid's gonna spill shit on it. The fucking dog's gonna jump on it. It's gonna get dirty as fuck. It's kind of just not the right couch. And she's like, but I'll keep it clean. I'll buy one of those upholstery cleaning machines. Trust me, it'll be perfect. Let's buy the couch. And you're like, yeah, look, I just think the couch is a bit gay. And it's like $3,000. It's not even that good. And she's like, but it's 10% off. The guy said the sale's ending tomorrow. If we don't buy it right now, we're basically giving away money. And something in you just fucking snaps and you go, okay, let's buy the couch. And then she says, great, let's go find some throw rugs and cushions to match. And we totally need a new coffee table. These chicks are trying to beige couch us into infanticide. Now, I'm not saying my wife's doing that. I'm not saying your wife's doing that. We actually don't even own a fucking beige couch. I'm simply illustrating a point. Most of us own a few metaphorical beige couches. But these psycho bitches are trying to collectively beige couch men into thinking that murdering your kids is an acceptable thing to do, actually. And I'm sorry, but they can collectively suck our dicks. Anyway, let's have a look at some retarded psychos. Let's go! I don't take a lot of things at face value, but tap water was definitely something I blindly trusted until I actually looked at how slow water regulation moves. Over 176 million people in the US are drinking tap water with PFAS, synthetic forever chemicals from non-stick pans and packaging that don't break down in your body. The EPA set legal limits for them, but utilities have until 2029 and in some cases 2031 to comply, meaning right now a system can run above those limits without notifying you. That is where today's sponsor Cove Pure comes in. Unlike standard pitcher filters that barely touch the bad stuff, their Clearwave reverse osmosis system is certified to remove up to 99.9% of contaminants, including PFAS, heavy metals, and microplastics. The best part is how simple the setup is. It sits right on your countertop, plugs into the wall, and requires zero drilling or plumbing work. You just plug it in and let the reverse osmosis technology do the heavy lifting. Once you try Cove Pure water, you're never going back. It makes your water taste so good. Even better, visit covepure.com/bearing and they'll knock $250 off your system for a limited time, which makes taking control of your water quality way more affordable. So apart from this horrifically non-verbal, sinister, nightmare-fueled grinning type of fangirl we saw in court, we've got the emotionals, you know, the Lindsay Clancy's just a poor woman. Geez, Bambi, how could you say Bambi is bad? Since this trial started, I've not been okay. Women didn't hear her voice in that diary. We heard our own. She loved those babies with her whole heart. She carried the entire mental load of that home and was drowning the whole time. She asked for help. We didn't catch her. He knew. Listen, I watched Patrick Clancy's testimony last night because I'm a true crime podcast now. And this whole she carried the whole load thing just wasn't present. This is an after the fact concoction. The facts are he worked hard for his family. He even started working from home. He started working from home because she was stressed and anxious. Now, after she had the last kid, she was super anxious about going back to work. So he said, it's okay, babe. You don't have to go back. You can be a stay-at-home mum. It's fine. He was taking them on holidays. He'd take them on family outings. They had a family daily boat. They'd go to the fucking lake or whatever the fuck. He was out running errands. He was out picking up takeaway food and medicine, like when she offed the kids. This narrative that he was some sort of absent father/husband is just made up.
He got rid of all of their stuff. She doesn't have anything. But you guys, I can't. I can't. Like, she can't pet their lovies. It's so upsetting. And I keep seeing her just sitting there, having to listen to all of this over and over again. She can't even pet their lovies.
She can't even pet their lovies. She can't pet their stuffies. He got rid of them. What a bad guy. I mean, how is this fucking relevant? Let's just say he burnt the stuffies. Let's just say he burnt them and pissed on them. How is this fucking relevant? This bitch admitted to killing her kids. I mean, the lengths that some of these crazy bitches will go to somehow paint her as like this innocent Bambi, like I said, is just fucking mind-numbing. Well, yeah, maybe she methodically strangled the kids one by one, but he took the stuffed animals away. Fucking give me a break. Lindsay is not innocent, no matter how much her champion of women's rights lawyer says so.
I love her. She's just such a marvelous, sweet, innocent person. She's just amazing and so strong.
I mean, I know he's a lawyer. I know he's her lawyer. But she is categorically not innocent. Now, I am not a lawyer. But isn't she either guilty of murder because she killed her kids, or criminally insane because she killed her kids? Is either one of those innocent? I don't think it is. As I said, I'm not a lawyer, but she's either legally a murderer or criminally insane. Neither one of those I'd categorize as innocent. Okay, so then we got the psycho bitches that are like, well, yeah, she killed the kids, but you don't understand. Men don't understand how fucked in the head women can get. And actually, men are the bad guys because they don't understand how fucked up in the head we can get.
I would rather scooch my coot on a cheese grater and then take a lemon juice bath.
Ew.
Than have a man try to describe to me or mansplain postpartum depression. The day after I gave birth, the doctor came into the hospital room to check on me. Before he walked in, I was already in that hospital room for hours by myself, hysterically crying.
Yeah, lady, I don't think anyone, or I don't think many people, are saying postpartum depression doesn't exist. It obviously does exist. It's a bad thing. We wish, and I'm speaking for most men collectively here, we wish it didn't exist. We don't want bad things to happen to you. I believe your story. I believe you when you say you went through some hell after the birth of your child. I accept that, and I sympathise with that. You know what I don't sympathise with? Is killing your fucking kids. I mean, there's got to be a line somewhere, doesn't there? Us men can give accommodations. We can accept the fact that sometimes women are retarded psychos. But the line is kind of drawn at killing the kids. I mean, is that not reasonable?
I couldn't stop. I looked at my child and all I saw was a loaf of bread. This baby that I tried for and wanted so much for 2 years felt like nothing to me. So until people start taking this topic seriously and actually fucking listen to what is going on with so many women, we're gonna keep having these situations like the Lindsay Clancy case.
Well, firstly, congratulations on, not killing the kid. Well done. But what was Patrick Clancy supposed to do? Like, until people start listening to women about this, it's gonna keep happening. What was he supposed to do? Can you just give us an outline? I mean, one of the things I learnt last night in his testimony is that when the last kid was born, not only did she have maternity leave, permanent maternity leave, like he said, don't worry, babe, you don't have to go back to work, but he took 12 weeks off work. 12 weeks of paternity leave. And he used that 12 weeks to basically be the sole parent of the other 2 kids, allowing Lindsay to only take care of the baby. He'd take them to playgrounds and birthday parties and outings and Christ knows what. He was at her beck and call to go out and get shit, to go and get takeaway food, to go and get medicine, whatever the fuck she wanted. She had a stay in a psychiatric hospital a few months before the murders. They had a fucking nanny, for Christ's sake. Not a full-time one, a part-time one. But it just sounds like Lindsay was put in the best position possible to manage this horrible thing she was going through. And like I said in our last video, she was a delivery and birthing nurse. I mean, of anyone, she should be the one to be able to spot these signs of, I'm about to do something totally retarded and psycho and evil. Like I said, I just don't understand what more Patrick Clancy Clancy could have done, apart from forcibly taking the kids from her? I mean, is that where we're supposed to go? Oh, mum's acting a bit strange. Abduct the kids! I don't think that is where you want to go. So then we've got the flat out Patrick Clancy did it. Lindsay didn't do nothing. Psycho bitch.
The women who support Patrick Clancy and who are totally against Lindsay and think she's a monster are male-centered and given to red pill rhetoric bullshit. And nobody will ever convince me otherwise. You can argue with the fucking wall because you will not change my fucking opinion on this. Those of us who have ever dealt with a narcissist or been in a domestic violence relationship can see right fucking through him.
Okay, so we're just in complete fantasy world now. There's no evidence, there's no allegations, there's no suggestion that this was in any way a domestic violence situation, that there was ever a hint of domestic violence in this relationship. They're just making shit up now.
The evidence is insane that it wasn't fucking her. She did not kill those kids and she did not try to herself.
You gotta be some type of retarded.
All right, I got a theory. Hang with me. If your children were downstairs in a 2-story house and you were upstairs on the 2nd story, and there was a fire in your home of which prevented you from being able to exit your bedroom door, go down the stairs and get the children, and you had no other choice and you were completely stuck on that 2nd floor in your bedroom.
So I think or assume that the fire is like a metaphor here for the strangling of the kids. For in her retarded brain, Patrick strangling the kids because there was no fire.
Would you or would you not try to jump out the window to go save those kids? Because that's the only way to get down there to them, right? Fight or flight kicks in, you're going to get out that window, right? What if Mr. Pat decided to drug her earlier in the evening, we'll say 4:30. By 5 o'clock, she started getting drowsy. He tells her, go upstairs, go take a rest. When she gets upstairs, she finally passes out, lays in the bed. A few minutes later, he comes upstairs. She looks knocked out. At that point, he injures her on the wrists and on the neck. He thinks she's dead, probably because of all the blood loss. A person who's not a nurse sees that much blood, guess what? They are either getting faint, queasy. He thinks she's done for. So he leaves, barricades the goes and does what he does.
I hate it how these TikTokers cut off their fucking words. It looks like bad editing on my part. It's not. It's them. But she's saying, what if he drugged her and then hurt her and then barricaded the door, blah, blah, blah. There was no evidence of the door being barricaded. In fact, according to Patrick, he had to get a key because the door was locked. Now, I don't know how it works in America, but internal doors in Australia, like lockable internal doors, can usually just be opened from the inside without like a key. Like they're not deadlocked. It's like a snib. You might need a key from the outside, but you can just open it from the inside. But all this is by the fucking by! She admitted to killing the fucking kids! You... Continue.
Goes on his little excursions to make it look like he did not do anything. When he comes back, wrench thrown in his whole scheme. Because she jumped out that window. It would explain the hands outside of the window, because when she woke up, whether or not she was drowsy, drugged, bloody, or whatever, she remembers in her head that he threatened that he was going to kill those kids in that basement. He told her the whole plan because that's what a narcissist does.
But that didn't happen. You're just making shit up. Like there's no suggestion. There's no allegation. There's no testimony that that happened. These fucking chicks. This is just... I don't even have the fucking words to describe it. This is fan fiction and it is sick.
He wants to see the pain in her eyes, the fear in her eyes, to initiate this response. So while he thought that she was dying upstairs, to his surprise, he comes home and she had actually made it out the window, ruining his whole entire plan. But I think it did start with some type of situation up there where she was blocked in that room and she had no other choice but to try to get out. He moves the bed when he gets back, moves all the things around, maybe even cleans up the sheets on the bed. Has his handprints all over it. Literally, that's all.
So this woman's whole fantasy is based on the fact that Patrick Clancy's handprints are on Patrick Clancy's bed. Fucking genius. Wow. Oh my God. But you see, we found Patrick Clancy's DNA in his own home, thereby proving he is the actual murderer. This is just retarded. retarded. Just retarded. Look, if there was any fucking substance behind these Patrick Clancy allegations, if it comes out one day that Patrick Clancy did it, you know what my position will be? Well, obviously he was depressed. You can't blame him. He was a bit fucked in the head. We gotta protect men's mental health. I'm only kidding. If he did it, he should be buried under the fucking jail. Obviously. Which is why I can't understand these bitches. Like anything to make Lindsay Clancy innocent. Anything at all. It is mass psychosis.
Hi, Lindsay. I'm Dr. Sterling. I don't even know if you're allowed to watch videos like this, if someone can show it to you. I don't know. But I want you to know that I believe you.
You know, I can't fault that. I actually believe her too. Because she came out and said I was a complete retarded psycho and killed my kids. I believe her too. We agree. Can we just take a second though to just admire this woman's job title? This is Dr. Noah Sterling. She's an OBGYN. A doctor. She's a doctor.
From my perspective as an OBGYN, I believe that you were over-functioning throughout your entire postpartum period. I am blown away by how hard you were working to get better, while also working as a mom. I've got 3 kids. Know how much work it is, even when you are mentally well. It's so hard to take care of 3 kids. I don't know what else you could have done. You were far beyond what should be expected of a single individual. You have galvanized us women. You showed all of us that we can be honest and we can be real about what we experience as mothers. So thank you. And, you know, I hope that you're seeing our support because we believe you and we are proud of how hard you advocated and how hard you tried for yourself.
Thank you, Lindsay. We are proud of you, Lindsay. I mean, I just don't know what to say. I've been on YouTube 10 years, right? I got that notification thing last night. 10 years on YouTube. And it's amazing the about face that's happened, right? Like when I started my channel, I was the most rabid anti-feminist. But the actual feminists have gotten so fucking psycho and retarded over those 10 years that I feel like I'm now more of a feminist than the feminists. I know that's ridiculous to say. That is a shocking thing to say. But I feel like actually that little girl that got strangled, the boys too, don't get me wrong, but we're talking about feminism here. I feel like that little girl had the right to live her life. I feel like she should get some sort of fucking justice. Now, if that makes me a rabid fucking blue hair, I don't give a shit. I think it's the actual feminists that have now become these psychotic, just soulless cretins. Like these fucking lizard creatures. Anyway, let's finish on this. This is Sneako talking to some young looking girl. And look, she is pretty young, so should we go easy on her? I mean, I guess there's an argument for that. So I'm not really going to respond to this. I just want to show you this to demonstrate like how malleable these people are in their Lindsay didn't do nothing crusade.
Quick, do you think Lindsay Clancy was innocent or guilty?
Innocent. Well, innocent. I don't like how the guy...
Why do you say that?
Because the guy has no emotion.
The guy?
And how the fuck is he gonna go on a trip right after his kids were murdered?
So she's innocent because the father went on a trip?
Her DNA wasn't found on the fucking bands.
No, they admitted...
And
Wait. They admitted that she did it. It's just that she was depressed or psychotic.
Not necessarily. The trial is still going. She admitted that she did it, but once you're with a narcissistic man, not saying you are, but just saying, once you're with a narcissistic man, they can admit to pretty much anything. So I feel like there's a lot more going on.
So, do you think she did it or not?
No.
You don't think?
I think he did it.
You think he strangled the children?
For the fact that his DNA was on it and hers was not, yes.
Well, it's their children. So it's pretty likely that there could be DNA from the parents on the children.
But how did she hold the bands to tie them in a knot? She does not know how to do that. He knows how to do because he is a sailor and it was a type of sailor's knot, right?
You said a couple different things.
Her DNA was not on the bands.
First you said that it was because the guy's narcissistic. Okay. So I'm not sure if you believe she did it or not.
Wait a minute.
I feel like I'm a brain.
How can she have done it if she had to tie the electric bands, meaning her hands would have been on it, but there is no fingerprints or none of her DNA on the electric bands that the children were strangled with.
She could have wiped it off with the tissue.
But it didn't wipe off his?
Oh, his DNA was on the bands?
Yes.
Pretty easy to put his DNA on it if they live in the same house.
And she threw herself out of the window backwards.
That's what happened, right?
No. And her body temperature was in 85 degrees, which is literally unheard of, even on a dead person.
So
her core body temperature was 85 degrees.
So you think
for a few hours
the husband did it, even though he wasn't there, right? Wasn't he at the doctor's office because she told him to go?
No, actually, because he sent a work email from his work computer when he was at home with his work computer, whose IP address was at home.
Okay. So you don't think she don't think she strangled the kids?
Didn't I say that?
No, you said a couple different things. First, you said it was because she's with a narcissistic man.
Oh my God. And this is why I hate men.
This is why I hate men. Amazing. Fucking amazing. So she gets to sit there and just bend and twist her defense of Lindsay Clancy. Like if one thing's shut down, oh, it must be this other thing. He went on a trip. He was a bad guy. He was a narcissist. Whatever the fuck. It's just incredible. I feel like there's going to be more of these videos. Like I haven't even scratched the fucking surface of these retarded psychos. There's going to be more and I'm going to be here to cover it. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, leave them down below or at my Twitter. It's at bear_ing. All right, I'll catch you later. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.